Welcome to the Price of Fame,
where we talk about fashion, art, music, and entertainment. That's your host, Mike Vegas. I'm your other host, Savage Rogers.
yeah, what's good, man?
Now, what's going on?
It's crazy out here, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dudes getting in trouble right now. Did you see the,
Hold on. Before we get into that,
what's up?
I just wanted to shout out my man's book, Russell Simmons.
Yo, I was just about to talk about that.
Okay. Shout out Big
I was
Russ.
just about to talk about that, man.
Queens Russ.
Ah.
Yeah, Russell Simmons.
This dude's popping up out of nowhere, man.
Yeah, he's in Bali right now, though. I think, he's in Bali, right? Indonesia, Bali. He's Bali, I think.
He ain't coming back.
I mean, he probably won't
He
come
ain't
back.
coming back.
It's cheap over there, and
I mean,
you ain't got to face nothing. You can just stay over there and hide out. But Russell Simmons' book on the table.
You know, the founder, the dude who made hip hop a business.
No, seriously, because hip hop wasn't a business before that. It was an art form.
Yeah,
it was all free though. Everybody was doing it for free, going to the party,
Russell, man,
going to the park.
Let's be real. If it wasn't for Russell, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah,
Russell is the founder of everything hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, business wise for sure. He started Russ
business,
Management.
as business,
Yeah, like Russ Management came before Def Jam, right?
Yeah,
yeah, Russ. Yeah, right. Where he was managing, like it wasn't even managing Run DMC.
No,
he was managing like well, he did at one point, but he was managing other talent before that.
Run DMC, and then he was managing Curtis Blow.
And
a couple of other acts.
Right, but he definitely made it a business. Like,
he made
it
a business
to make money.
And everybody took his blueprint and then just went from there.
They expanded on it.
Yeah. I mean, but it's pros and cons to being a Russell Simmons or a Diddy or anybody like to that level. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because I think the biggest mistake any of these guys have ever made was sleeping with too many women. This sounds crazy, but that's a fact, bro. Because let's say you slept with 1,000 women. 1,000 women. You don't think 100 or 200 women might be disappointed. They might say, yo, I let you sleep with me and I want you to be my boyfriend.
Right, to feel like scorned in some type of way.
Yeah. Or you just didn't walk them to the car.
Right.
You told them to get the hell out your car, whatever the case may be. You sleep with a lot of women, man, you have a bigger chance of something going left.
Right.
And now homeboy's in Bali. Damn.
Crazy.
Oh, man. But you know what's crazy? I wouldn't be surprised you see some women getting called out. Because it happens both ways.
Right.
But men, they don't really... How many men do you know, personally, that said, yo, I was sexually harassed by this lady at my job. She won't let up. She keeps grabbing on me. You know.
Yeah, even if they said it, is, you know, what's gonna happen from it?
You're probably gonna get laughed at, man.
Right, yeah.
If you go to the cops and you say, yo, I'm getting sexually harassed by, this person, I want to restrain it, or whatever the case may be, they're gonna look at you like, are you serious?
Yeah, not too much is gonna come from it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, but it is serious. A lot of corporate America is serious if a woman do it, but very few men even call it out.
Right, they don't really say anything because you don't want to be looked at as a certain way. So a lot of men not even gonna bring that up because they don't want to, be looked at by the other men. Like, oh, why did you do that? You're a man. You could have handled that yourself.
But if it's your job and you don't want to risk losing your job,
right? Which it even happened to like a lot of actors.
Yeah,
like a lot of actors this happened to, and they stay shut just because they don't want to lose their job. Mm-hmm. Male and female, but it's happened to males for sure, and they're like, it's hard for them to speak up. Like it's hard to speak up.
Yeah. They say 81% of women sexually harassed, 43% of men. Have you ever been sexually harassed?
That's crazy. Maybe when I was younger.
Like maybe as an adult, you never been sexually harassed. I never said sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Sexually harassed.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
I think as men we think of it different, so you don't really think of it as harassment. You just brush it off. But no one really bothers me, to keep it real. Like I don't really get like a lot I don't get like a lot of things like that. I don't get like women like saying a lot of comments. I don't get like,
See, I was
you
gonna
know,
say
no,
something.
I'm gonna tell you the
Okay,
truth
go
though.
ahead, go ahead.
All right, you know, I get no women. I don't really get women bother me at all, but I do get other men.
Yo, I was
So-
about to say that.
So
I was
I
about
get
to say that, but
Yeah,
then I was like, yo, you know what? You gonna joke me? You gonna clown me?
nah, I ain't gonna
Yo.
clown you. But no, I get that a lot.
Man,
where, you know,
I've had now.
Yeah.
It's two different situations. I have had women grab me, like literally, like grab
Right.
my my ass.
Oh, that's crazy.
Or they grab you, or they grab they just grabbing you.
No,
Like,
no, I don't know.
I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
You asked me if I know. I don't
Now-
know. It ain't happening.
So okay,
Nah, I don't know.
You're lying, but it's all good.
don't.
But I've never had guys do this, but I've had guys hit on me.
You ain't had the men grab you up.
Nah, never that.
Come
Nah,
on. You've been to a lot of parties. I hate to keep bringing it up,
I'm being real.
but I know
Yo,
that.
I was at a party one time, and
I
I
know.
swear to you, my god brother he is real. We was me, Grand Pooba, and my god brother. We was at
Right.
a party. I don't know what. I think it was like Cheetahs or Nels, or it was some part. I forgot where it was at. But anyway, this dude walked up to me, and he's like, "Where that hill figure?" And then
Right.
Pooba looked at me. I looked at Pooba, and I'm like, what's going on here? So he's like, what like, so what you doing later on?
Right. So.
And I'm like, and I think I was like 19,
Yeah.
19, 20, I think. And he was just kept on coming. And I'm looking at Pooba like, yo, I didn't want to embarrass Pooba. So I just left it alone, and I just kind of scurried away and just brushed it off.
Right.
Then another time where it was a couple of executives in the music business.
Right. Men executives or women?
Yeah,
Men. Okay.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm being real.
Right.
And women in the
Right.
music business. I was in a pool in LA, and I think it was I don't know, no, it was a Source Awards. It was VMAs, and we were in the pool, me and my brother, and a woman from Essence
Right.
magazine, hard body. She was coming on me hard, and I'm like, yo, I didn't know what to do. I'm like,
She probably don't work there no more. Essence been around a long time. She probably don't got the job no more.
She probably don't got it.
Yeah.
She was older than me.
Right.
She was older than me. But I mean,
So Essence, we ain't accusing y'all of nothing.
nah.
We're just saying,
It wasn't.
Back
I
then.
wasn't offended, but I was like, she was doing some. She was being
Right.
extra.
Again, you say you wasn't offended. That's the thing about it. It
If I
happens
would've
to
did-
men.
if I
It
would've
happens to
did
men a
that-
lot.
If I would have did that to her, she would have been offended.
Oh yeah, not
What she
offended.
did to
You
me,
would have.
if I would have did that to her, she would have been really offended.
No, she probably wouldn't have been offended. You probably would have ended up in some type of lawsuit or criminal
Oh,
case.
yeah, without a doubt.
It happened to me too. I went with my sister once. I can't even remember where we was at, but we was somewhere, and it was an exec
Mhm.
popped out of nowhere and was like, we was talking. She introduced me like, oh, this is my brother, Bryant, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So then we go, like me and him talking like all night or whatever. He's like, yeah. He's like, you remind me like of the rap, like Genuine. Like you like the light-skinned rap Usher. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay. He said, I definitely got to introduce you. I'm not even going to call out the label. He said, I definitely got to introduce you or whatever the case may be. He said, yeah, I'm feeling that. So I'm like, okay, we have a few more drinks. He popped the Cristal,
Mhm.
popping the Cristal, whatever. Then he said, yeah, I'm.
So you did drink with him?
What? I said, he popped the
No,
Cristal.
you say you popped the. You said
Yeah, he popped it, yeah.
we drank. I'm just asking, man. Didn't it sound like? Come on, Ice.
I mean,
All right, let me
listening. I'm
finish.
trying
Let me
to
finish my
let him
story.
finish.
Let me finish my story. So then next thing you know, he's like, yeah, like I'm feeling your style. I'm like, okay. Few more drinks. He gets a little tipsy. I said he gets a little tipsy. I don't. Anybody that know me know I don't get drunk.
But
I don't get
you
drunk.
took a couple of drinks though.
I don't get drunk
And you,
ever.
brother.
I don't get drunk. Anyway, so then because you interrupted my story again and
I
want me to finish my
apologize.
story.
I apologize.
So then he's like, next thing I know, he's like, nah, I'm like really feeling you like that. And I was like, So now I don't know what to do because I'm like, oh, my sister brought me here.
Yeah, you
like
don't
I don't
want to
want
embarrass her.
to. I don't want to wild out.
Yeah.
So I go back to her and tell her like what happened. Like, yo, this happened. I just mid conversation, I walk off like, yo, this happened. Blah blah blah. I feel uncomfortable. I don't. She's like, you know what? We're gonna just get out of here.
Yeah.
And so then we was out. He had already had my information. So he was like, oh, I'm gonna get my people to link up with you and blah blah blah. 2-3 days later, his people didn't link up with me. He ends up calling. Like, oh yeah, I don't want you to, take it wrong. But if you could come meet me at the office, I was like, no, I'm good, man. We could just, I don't want to do business, whatever the case may be. But it's just crazy that you get caught up in those type of things, And then, it's probably the first time I told this story outward, other than to somebody other than like my family members, you know what I'm saying? Because it happens so often and men, you just brush it off.
But see, I never let it go that far.
So what he's saying?
It's the continuation of the drinks for me.
Yeah,
I didn't say that I kept having drinks. No, I didn't know. I didn't even see anything wrong. Like at that point, I was like, oh, he's cool. Cool dude. So then when it got to a certain level, I'm like, okay, this ain't all right. This is not what it is. But I should have knew when somebody's like, oh yeah, you remind me of the rap Genuine. That should have been the red flag right there.
Man,
that's when I should have wrote my sister in. Like, let me talk to you for a minute.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. People think that men can't get hit on or harassed. You know what I'm saying? It could happen. It could happen, man.
Right, it could happen.
It could happen. Physically, a woman can't really do but so much unless she drugs you.
Right.
But, so it's kind of, look, I'm not saying one is better than the other or one is worse than the other. I'm just saying it happens both ways.
Yeah, it's only one instance I heard where someone was saying, a female rapper was saying that she like used to drug men when she worked at the club and then robbed them. That's the same thing. That's like what is that?
Yeah, but you know what's so funny? I remember when a friend of mine used to work at Sue's Rendezvous. God bless the dead. Big Bob, Rob. Yeah. So he got my homegirl a job at Sue's Rendezvous. She was a stripper.
Dang, you gotta get people a job. Like you gotta apply for that.
She wanted a job and she could dance. So
yeah,
that's what she wanted to do.
Okay, she wanted to do it.
Point is, he got her a job, and God bless the dead. Black Rob was gonna take her to the bathroom, man.
What?
I swear to God.
Oh, he's wild.
Yo, my man Rob told me, he said, yo, I caught Rob. She was slumped over, and he was carrying her to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She was slumped over. He drugged her. She was carrying her to the bathroom. And that's no lie. That's word to everything. Yo, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, anytime somebody say put the Molly all in a drink and she ain't even know it.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
He saved the life, man. Well, not save the life, but
I mean, maybe. You just never know.
You don't know what the possibility.
You don't know what the possibility. That's nuts.
So,
yeah,
it happens.
I hate that type of stuff. Like,
yeah.
Period. Either way, I hate that type of stuff.
I don't want nothing that's not.
Yeah, but it's like so old. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people think it's like normal. Like you can go all the way back to the 60s, the 70s. You know what I mean? Where they had Quaaludes in Hollywood, where they was slipping Quaaludes in drinks, and then the women wake up in their bed and don't know what's going on. So it's nuts, man.
Yo, you know what my thing is though? I'm trying to figure out how to put it.
He about to say something crazy.
No, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. My thing is this, and I'm not saying anybody could be lying. What I'm saying is this: if one person says something, that's a possibility.
Right.
Two people say something, possibility. But then 26 people come right behind.
Right.
It kind of gets watered down. And it's like, which one is telling the truth? Which one is the money grab, and which one is telling the truth? Now, I want him or her to get prosecuted or whatever the case may be if it's true. But then when 26, 27 people, it's like, do you have a script? Because everybody's saying the same thing.
Yeah, it becomes a tough situation. Then it becomes even someone who is the victim
It looks
makes
like,
it look like it might not be any victims.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
yeah, it gets rough.
So I mean, you know, I don't know, man. It just looks real weird when people just come out of woodworks
Yeah, it's
from
nuts.
30 years ago, and well, he didn't do whatever I wanted him to do, you know. And like I said, I'm not saying that they could be lying, but I'm saying is 26 people later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like they got the same lawyer, and the lawyer said, "This is a script you stick to. We might not get him for criminal, but we'll get him civil."
Yeah, what you think about that? You think it should be like you should be able to do both, or should it be one or the other? Should I like if you did something to me, should I be able to
If you
the
really
money,
did something to me, I don't care.
or
about
should
the money.
I,
want
or
you
should you go
jail.
to me too? I want you
you
in prison,
because that money ain't never gonna get what you took
Right.
away from me back.
right?
You know, so
Like I
want you
said,
to
it
go to
didn't
jail.
happen to me. Like I wasn't raped or anything like that. So I'm just speaking off what I believe I would do.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe I would do is I want to see you.
Yeah, go to jail.
And, right, because I don't want you to do it to anyone else.
Oh, no
I don't
question.
want anyone else to feel the pain I felt.
Oh, no
So
question.
me leaving you out with money, if you're already a sick individual, and I just take the money and you're a sick individual, you're gonna do that.
Money's not gonna solve that.
No. You're gonna do that to other people.
But then this is the other side of that. If you're telling a lie, because once you say something, it's hard to clean that up if you lied.
Right.
If you lied, you didn't mess up my character. You know what I'm saying? You defame my character, and now I can't. It's hard for me to bounce back.
Right.
And
I think it should go the other way too. I'm not gonna lie. If you find out that it was someone who lied about that happened to them, then that person should be prosecuted.
No, just no question.
It definitely should
No
be like
question.
a reverse thing. Like,
Yeah.
if, you know what I mean? Like if you lied and we can prove that you lied, then you need to do some time for that
No question.
because you messed the person's life up.
Yeah.
But if that person did do that, of course they need to pay for it.
Oh, no question.
Yeah. What about you, Isis? You ever had any situations like that happen at all?
With people lying?
No, with like
Harassment.
whatsoever.
Well, she's a woman.
She's a woman, right? So
I'm pretty
right,
sure
that's
it
the
happened
person
to
you
her
want to
once or
ask.
Twice in her life.
No.
Nobody never harassed you.
Not really. To make me feel uncomfortable, no.
Crazy.
Oh wow.
I almost never heard that before from a woman.
I mean, walking down the street, people trying to talk to me, that's regular. But
Right.
like,
No, I'm
as
talking about
far
in
as-
close confines, like a workplace or a school or wherever, you know.
Right, like somebody trying to grab you, like anything.
Nah, see, I mean, people always tell me that I look like I'm mean when they first see me. So certain people know how to. It's like you got to be real strong to just come to me, like And honestly, like I never really
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, somebody like that. But
I ain't saying nothing about Mike Tyson.
No.
Let's get that
I
clear.
never really.
I want
Mike
Mike
Tyson
Tyson
that
at the
made-
airport or something.
He done made a few wild comments,
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
I never really had got harassed. I could say never
Well, you're
really got
blessed.
harassed. I mean, everyday
blessed.
people trying to talk to me. That's just the norm.
Yeah, that's just normal. Yeah.
That's
As
crazy.
far
You're
as
like on.
harassment. I already had that. What you gonna do? Face like if
Oh,
you
yeah.
look like you gonna even play with me, I already. What you gonna do?
Yeah,
I got it in my bag, even if I don't. Like
Yeah, but still, you don't hit at that often, no matter what. You don't really hit at. You know what I mean?
I can say I never really got harassed. I never felt like super uncomfortable to where I had to call somebody, like or
Right.
I never got that.
Oh, that's crazy. That's good though.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out how do you feel that that's even like, what's so crazy? It's like, yo, bro, you're rich. Whoever it may be, rich, broke, but you have money. Like you can get any girl you want. Why you gonna harass one girl?
Right.
You can get any girl you want. Not
Right.
any, but you know what I'm saying?
Right, but you
Some
can.
of them already have girls and harassing
Right.
people. Like you got
Yeah,
a
that's
woman
crazy.
at home and you out here.
Yeah, I think it's
being
more
crazy.
it's more like a power thing. I think.
Yeah,
Like,
control.
I have whatever I want.
hmm
Yeah.
That's nuts. Because I remember it was a lady that used to come here. I keep saying this. They was like, Michael. She
Oh,
definitely was, yeah.
That's one of the girls.
That's
That's one of the women. That's one of the women.
That woman, she was wild.
Yeah.
I be
That
scared
lady.
for him when she come here.
Oh, she's what? She's still around?
Yeah, yeah. She
She's still breathing?
yeah. Yeah, she's strong too.
That's crazy.
She grabbed you up. It's like you can't get away, yo. She got a big back too.
Right.
She am I lying?
No,
Her back
you're
bigger
not.
than mine, kid. She
Her
big.
voice is deeper than his too.
Yeah.
I got
It's deeper than
But seriously,
mine.
Please,
it's
let me
like
just-
never,
Big.
it hasn't happened to me, luckily.
You blessed, man.
Women ain't
Blessed.
put their hands on me.
You blessed. you know, it happens, man. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't know no better. I used to get offended by certain things, but now I just brush it off like, oh, well, it is what it is, man.
Well, normally that's what all men do. Like, you know, they just brush it off.
No, well, with the women, I don't even, but I'm talking about men, you like,
Oh,
I used
yeah.
to get offended. I
Me
used to
too.
like,
I brush that
like,
off.
what?
That,
But Savage, I feel like you don't get. I feel like, you know, women don't bother you because when I see you, like, you don't pay people no mind.
I don't. I'm glad
That's
you
what
said
it
that.
is. I noticed that
I
about
do
you,
not.
and that's a me too. Like,
Yeah.
he don't pay people no mind. Like, even if you might think a woman is attractive, but you won't even let her know. Like, that's just what I sense.
Like, they don't even have, like, you don't have a chance
you
to
don't have a
even,
chance
right,
to
right.
even get that energy. So if you're just tunnel vision, walking straight forward, a woman is not. She don't got time to even try to hit on you because she already thinking that you're not even feeling her because of how you move. So
Good.
that's what I feel when I peep you. So.
That's good. We'll keep it like that.
Yep.
Keep the same energy.
I respect it.
Keep the same energy.
You know what you want. You're a grown ass man. You ain't got time.
That's it.
Yo,
Bing bong.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be it's gonna get so uncomfortable. It's gonna be like they're gonna have certain. Just say you have a marketing department.
Right.
You're gonna have women in one side and men on another. But sooner or later they're gonna have to interact.
Yeah, but even if they do have it like that,
It'll be
like we
women
said,
harassing women.
right. It doesn't mean anything. It'll still be women harassing women.
I haven't seen that happen yet. As far as a woman taking harassment charges out on another woman.
I don't think I've seen a case with that either.
It could be one. By females more than I get hit on by females. Now that I think about it, I get hit on by like dykes and like gay women more than niggas do.
There's no such thing as.
Are you serious? Dykes? I can't say that.
No, you can't say that.
I'm sorry. I'm
politically correct.
She sound. You might as well say like bull daggers or something like.
I'm talking about the strong, muscular lesbians.
Yo,
what?
You want to hear something crazy? So one time, my mother got mad at my sister, and she said, "Oh, well, you gonna go to jail, and then you gonna probably one of them bull daggers are probably gonna get you."
Oh my God!
And I said, "What?" I said, "Boy, you can't say that. You can't say." I said, "I don't even know if they even what is it? That's not even a word anymore."
The older people wasn't politically correct with anything. They'll say anything. It's no.
But you know what she meant.
Yeah, but it's no political correctness.
I said a bull dagger.
Like what? What is that?
Like a wild Cooper Chamba or whatever.
What does that mean?
You knew what she was talking about though.
Yo, I was like, yo, what? I said, yo, Ma, you can't say that.
100% can't say that.
I don't care.
Old people don't care, but 100% can't say that. But I feel like that happens a lot. I feel like women get hit on by women a lot. Like even harassed, sexually assaulted.
They will grab your hand like, quicker than they do a lot.
And then they just don't say anything because it's a woman.
Yeah, you try to like, come on, sis.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, some of them girls can fight, man.
They strong.
Well, they can fight another woman.
Right. Well, I ain't even talking about. It doesn't even. I'm talking about. It could be. It doesn't even. It could be like a lesbian. Like it's not even like that. Like like a feminine woman.
Well,
will harass another feminine woman, and they won't say anything.
I see what you're saying.
And they slap each other's butts. They do all types of stuff, and it is it is what it is. No one ever took out any charges. It doesn't be like, oh, I'm gonna sue her. She needs to go to jail. And I'm sure it's done happen in the industry like thousands of times.
Yeah.
Like power dynamic too, where it's like a woman in a higher place and then she's doing it to a woman in a lower place.
And if a woman asks another woman, if a woman would ask another woman out, like let's go to, what are you doing tonight? Let's go to dinner and we could discuss this more. I don't think a woman's gonna think anything other than, okay, we're gonna discuss business.
Right.
But when they show up to dinner, it's like,
I can feel the vibes.
Whoa.
Right.
Well, you can feel the vibes.
Oh, yeah, okay. It depends, like,
Right.
Well, if you're a naive girl and you're 20-something years old,
you're right. If you're naive,
new to the company, you're trying to, move up in the company, you might be a little.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I don't know.
Do you think it should be like a time limit on it though? Like, do you think it should be like, if something happened to me, whether it was sexual harassment, whether it was
20, 30
rape,
years
whether it was whatever the case may be, should it be a time limit? Should I be able to sue you?
I'm not even gonna say that. I don't know.
Press criminal charges at any time? Because a lot of times in the beginning it might be hard to talk about, or you might not want to bring it up. The person might be super powerful, so you're like, okay, I don't want to.
30 20, 30 years is too much. That's too long.
Okay, I'd rather her say it.
That's crazy to me.
I'd rather her say
I mean, honestly, like I can't hold nothing for I can't hold nothing for 5 minutes, motherfucker bother me.
What do you feel about like 5 years? What do you feel about like 5 years then, Isis?
Yeah.
Like,
5 years, that's okay. That should,
5 years.
That's
still fresh.
That makes sense.
Right.
That's
still on your mind.
You don't know what you're
but
gonna.
decades later, a whole new life, new generation, new everything, girl, bye.
You know what the problem with that is?
Please.
Okay, let's keep it real. If you're in your 20s, she in her 20s, both of you, I'm not saying all, in every case, but most 20-year-olds are very promiscuous.
That's
right?
true.
Most
Especially today.
men and women.
Today, yes.
Very promiscuous. 30 years later, when you're 50, you might have got religious. You might have got married, had kids. Everything changes in your life. And everything you did in the past for a woman gets whitewashed. But for a man, you're a dirty old man now. And the society looks at a 50-some-year-old man, 60-some-year-old man, 70-some-year-old man as a dirty old man. And she's whitewashed.
Yeah.
Everything that she did in the past.
It's pure now.
She's pure. No one looks at their mother or their grandmother as, wow, mom was a freak back in the day. You don't.
No, I know
most of the time we don't even.
No,
really
I know some grandmas. Yeah. I know some
most
moms and some grandmas that were some freaks.
I know
there was some freaks. The freak of the week.
For the most part, no one looks at that.
We don't even know.
They don't.
Look at
You
our
don't know.
mothers like.
What do you mean you don't know? She got 7 kids.
You
got 6 kids.
That's different. That's a little different.
And then one of your brothers don't look like you.
Shut up, Savage.
At Mr. Melvin's house. One of your brothers, you know your mama was a freak. One of them.
Well, I mean, yeah, but still, you
don't treat her a certain way.
You're not even looking at your mother like that.
You don't treat her a certain way.
Society don't look at your mother like that. It's like, she's a sweet old lady, man.
Yeah.
Yo, she's a sweet old lady. You only get one mother. But your mama was a freak back in the days. She did a lot of crazy things, popping Molly, ecstasy, all types of stuff. She was doing a lot of things, but she's older now.
Did they have that back then? They had Molly and.
I don't think they had Molly back in the day. We were dependent on it. Yeah.
Well, I guess
we're talking about.
They had that pill.
They had probably, I don't know.
They had that Quaalude.
Quaaludes.
They dropped that. Yeah.
Mescaline tabs.
The what?
Mescaline tabs.
What's that?
I never take it.
No, I don't even know what that is.
My brother told me about it.
Okay. That's crazy.
He was doing all that. Yeah. It is what it is.
I hope he got consent. Like, here, take this. I'm gonna take one too.
My brother's older than me, so.
Back in the day, they was wild.
Yeah,
they was wild.
Yeah.
It's another thing too. Even with like other countries, like it's like different rules. Where here you might think there's something, in like the Western world, like America and all that, we think something is different and it's a crime. In other countries, it's not. You got to think way back when, like our grandmother's great grandmother, they was having kids they was getting married at 16.
Yeah. My grandmother got married at 14 years old. My grandfather was 20.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
was she
not
forced?
My grandmother. My great grandmother was 14.
They made her get married?
No, that's just what it was.
Oh.
Yeah, back then it was. Yeah, back then it was
talking
crazy.
about She was born in 1896. So 14 years later.
And her husband was what, 26?
19.
Yeah, other cultures too. They be other cultures.
That's normal.
Yeah, other cultures too. They be giving like they marrying their daughters off at that age, like young ages. Like, it's nuts.
Yeah. My boy Singh was just telling me that in New Delhi that they put a flag up, a red flag, and they put a green flag. Green flag is she's not ready. Red flag is she's ready, and they sell you.
That's crazy.
Sell their daughters.
No, that's crazy.
Now I'm not making this up. He told me.
That's believable.
He told me that. So
right.
So other countries.
No, other parts of the world, it's a whole different thing.
But then over here, we have so many freedoms that in other countries, if we ever did anything like that to any woman, we'd get our hands chopped off or our head cut off if you disrespected another man's wife.
Yeah, it's just so many different rules everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't have no inappropriate conversation. You shouldn't touch a woman. You shouldn't do anything crazy to a woman that's not your woman. You shouldn't do anything crazy to your woman, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I've seen some guys say some crazy things to girls. You be like, whoa, this dude. bugged out. Like,
right, and they think it's normal.
yeah, that's not cool, man.
Right, they think
know?
it's normal.
I said,
But it's crazy because even like it's been like even before, like a lot of young girls, when like a lot of celebrities, like a lot of grown up celebrities, have got like these super younger women.
That's kind of tricky though.
Is
like,
it?
So just say for instance, we go to the club tonight, and we go to the club.
I'm not going to the club, but I know.
Let me hypothetical. So we go to the club and we see girls in the club, and the way girls are now, everybody looking the same. So a girl 17 years old was in the club. What is she doing in the club?
17-year-old ain't getting in no club right now.
17-year-old getting in the club.
Probably fake ID.
Fake ID. Okay,
Yeah,
fake ID.
What land are you living
right,
in?
right, you right.
When did you start going?
You know what? Because I did sneak in the club with my sister ID.
You see what I'm talking about?
Right. I did it before.
17-year-old girl gets in the club, and you bring her in the bathroom because bathrooms are unisex. I know the tunnel was unisex when I was going in, and you bring her in the bathroom, and y'all do what y'all do, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I slept with when I was 17.
Right, Mike
But
Vegas.
did he know you were 17? You were in a club where the age limit is 23.
But what do you feel like about when Mike Vegas is, I'm not saying you, Mike Vegas, I'm saying a celebrity.
Okay.
Is 36.
Okay.
And then that's kind of old. 30.
Okay.
Celebrity's 30.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl is 17. And then Mike Vegas knows this girl is 17.
That's of course.
And he still gets with
down. That's statutory. So
yeah, for sure.
Now,
but it happens a lot.
1 year later, if this
and
guy,
then a lot, and
I don't have a problem. With
a lot of times that's what happens. Like these older guys wait. They've been messing with it the whole time, but they wait and then come
before
out
they go public.
Right, and before they go public.
Whose fault is it that you didn't know? What made you just go in the? Why you?
It's your fault. But if a girl gets in the club,
to go to the bathroom with her, just because.
If you're in a club, you think I'm looking for I'm looking at ID. Yo, what's your ID? She looks the part. She's wearing everything. All the accessories are telling.
You got a condom?
She's older, huh?
It's pretty disgusting.
You got a condom?
Well, see,
are you using a condom and you getting some head?
It's a possibility.
Without a condom.
A lot of times, I don't think dudes even think like that.
Try to figure out who she is for a second.
Nah, I don't think guys even think like that.
I'm being real with you. In a club, no.
If you start
ain't thinking about that,
coughing and sneezing, you gonna want to know. Damn, what was her name, or who was so and so? You don't want to know, brother. I'm just saying.
One night stands go on all over the world.
They do, but
dudes ain't
you gotta be responsible. You gotta be a responsible
what her upbringing is, and I wonder.
But you have to be that type of dude if you're gonna take that risk.
Well, I've never done that. So, but I'm just saying in general, no one's looking at a girl and saying, "Well, what's her upbringing and what? I wonder where she lives, and let me look at her ID."
Well, I could say you raped me.
You can.
Cause you,
And then, what were you doing in the club at 17 with your sister's ID?
My birthday was tomorrow.
You see what I'm talking about?
Right. But still,
she could justify that.
No, but it's justified. And guess who's going to prison though?
You're not your sister.
Well, we look. So
you commit a crime and give the cops.
My birthday was a few hours later.
But still, at the end of the day, guess who? When the media comes out,
no question,
and it's Mike Vegas all over the screen.
So regardless, you gotta be responsible for you.
No one's really gonna ask how she got in the club.
Nobody cares.
The headline
Nobody
is gonna
cares.
be Mike Vegas.
I'm
sleeps with underage girl,
and I got something that you want. Nobody cares.
That's true.
That's all That's it. So you gotta be responsible. You gonna be that type of dude. Be that type of dude, but be on top of your shit. Simple.
It's a thin line, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a thin line between thoughting and plotting.
What you think about older men dating younger girls? Like, because honestly, you're 19, he's 30-some years old. Is there a problem with that?
I would never do that.
So no, I wouldn't do it. What I'm saying is, see, because you gotta look at it like this. I understand that you can manipulate that situation because she doesn't have life experience. So at 19 and you're 30, let's say 5, 6, 7, you've seen things, especially if you're rich.
Right. It's almost like one of the singers or whatever when he got with his wife when she was like underage, but then she like turned of age like the next year, and then he married her or whatever the case may be.
There's a lot of people who marry young.
A lot of,
they're still together right now. They got 2 kids, and it works out.
But then people go in on them, you know.
Well, who cares about what
You
the
got
people think?
you got some
If you're doing the right thing and you got kids with her and everything is working for you, then that's all that matters. The problem is when you manipulate the situation and you take advantage of her and have her doing a whole bunch of craziness.
Right.
That's the problem.
Well, a lot of times these older men even go and they get these younger girls because they say like they can train them up. So they're like, oh, like I can catch her and then train her the way I want to train her, instead of getting an older woman that already has experiences, that already has a certain
She's already
thought pattern.
tainted with her ways of thinking.
Right, already has a thought pattern.
I mean,
so they'll jump in when they're younger.
sometimes it works, man. I don't really knock anybody for how they, work their relationship. I mean,
yeah, you know what it is? It's probably, I can't even see it like that. Probably because I had like daughters at such a young age. That for me, I'm like, oh, like this age is too young. This, you know what I mean? Once across this age, they would be too young. Like this is the age requirement. But I could see why.
If your daughter's an adult and she chooses,
right now, it'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get with a 40-year-old man.
What can you do? Nothing. I would want to meet the 40-year-old man.
Right, but you're gonna think in your brain, you're gonna be like, he's grooming her.
Don't we groom each other? I mean, right? If you meet a woman today, doesn't matter what age she is, you're gonna groom her to teach
fit
her
you.
to fit, to work in the system that you are used to.
Yeah, at a certain age, she probably
she's gonna do the same with you.
At a certain age, she probably ain't gonna listen though.
And that's why a lot of men go younger.
At a certain age, she's gonna be like, this is what I do, and this is my rules.
Depending on how much money you have. Because it doesn't matter what age. If you got money, a lot of money, she's going to be like, listen, I might need to listen. Because the way I was doing it wasn't working out.
Yeah. Until it don't work out no more. And then, guess what?
I know.
I'm going to need them 30 M's.
But you got some young girls that was raised quick. They had to raise their siblings and all of that. And, the parents wasn't there. So some of them, it might work out for some people.
Yeah, I mean.
I know a few people that it worked out with, young girl date an older guy, and in some ways it just works. It don't look that bad because of how she carry herself.
Look, if it sometimes it works out.
Yeah,
like you have a few kids with the person, and y'all.
And you got some older guys that you won't even think that they're that old.
Yeah,
because of how they move and how they carry themselves. Like you got some of them that grew up a little behind.
That's true. That's true.
And you need a younger girl to
They say women age a lot faster as far as mentally than men.
Right. We got old souls out here.
Yeah. So that could work, or it could go left real quick.
Right.
Tell me this: how do you feel about you're rich, trying to find a wife or a girl?
Okay.
How do you go about doing that and trusting that she's gonna be the right one? Because me personally, I got that kind of money. I don't trust no woman. I ain't trusting no woman. Not after I had all that money. I got to put her through the ringer. Believe me. I'm putting her through the ringer. I'm going to put a mattress on the floor. I'm going to get a little a studio apartment.
He said a mattress on the floor.
I swear to you. I'm putting a mattress on the floor. I'm putting my TV in the corner. I'm going to have my clothes folded up nice and neat near the wall.
So you going to force her to be uncomfortable to see if she could take it?
Oh, no question. If you could ride with me like this and you could ride with me, you could sail with me in the seas. For real. I want to see.
Well, what if you already meeting a woman that's on a certain level?
Right. Like,
well, if she's on a certain level, it shouldn't matter how I'm living. We're going to live on you.
She could do you in too. Like,
what you mean do me in?
I'm saying you don't trust a woman. You're saying that you'll put a regular woman, through the ringer.
Any woman.
Any woman. Okay.
If I'm caked up like that, if I got 40, 50 M's, I'm not trusting no woman.
So if a woman got 10, 20 M's,
you gonna put her
on the blower bed?
She could rock with me. If she could rock with me with this blower bed, and if she constantly hanging out with me and everything, it ain't about the money, then let's go.
I think that's the way to do it, big brother.
Let's go.
I don't know if that's the way.
It is what it is, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, you say that because you're a woman. I'm being real. I'm being real. I'm not gonna trust a woman. You know.
All right. So who would you trust with that money? Who would you trust?
I would have to go backwards and go to high school or you know, fresh out of high school when everybody was broke. I would go back there.
That's too much. You got to do a lot.
Find one of my old
figure out
girls.
He said, "Find one of them. You don't know where they at this point in the
Figure
night."
it out. I got money. I got money. I private investigate. Yo, go find Lakeisha.
Right.
Let's
You know
go
what's
find
crazy?
Lakeisha.
A lot of either keeps getting recycled in the industry, the same people, or people come up with like the person that they was with way back in the day.
I mean, a lot of dudes have, look, Ice Cube, still with the same woman he was with in high school.
I mean, he didn't put
LeBron James. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm just saying he know he could trust her. You know what I'm saying? I was with you when you were broke, and I'm with you right now.
Yeah. These people, too, I really haven't heard any allegations from those people. Like, no one's ever popped up and said that this person has did this to me.
Look at Denzel Washington. Him and his wife been together, and she had more money than he had.
Yeah.
Think about that. I mean,
too. I never heard anything about Denzel. Like, I never heard, oh, Denzel did this to me, or Denzel treated me unfairly on set, or touched me, or it's crazy.
Oh, I mean,
how long Steve Harvey been with his wife?
I don't know. 10
she
years?
Cheated on. Why they? Did I heard something about?
I don't believe.
Cheating
I mean,
on him
you know how people. I don't know if that's true.
With the driver or something like that.
Yeah.
Bodyguard. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I don't think.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's
not
not
true. I don't know
true.
where people get their information from. You know, people don't like that woman for some reason.
Right.
And they probably doing worse than what she doing, or worse than what she did in her life. They don't know the full story. They're just going by what they hear.
Yeah, for sure.
If she made Steve Harvey a better man, then does it matter? Does her past matter? You know what's so crazy? Women are judgmental about that woman, right? But then women say, what does my past have to do with it? But you're judging this woman on her past. She was young. She was young. And the dude that she was with groomed her. Because she said she was like 18 or something.
Yeah, he said she was was really young. 18. Yeah.
So
and he was like a hustler or whatever the case may be. So, right, she's saying like the same thing. Yeah. But, no, it's crazy. It's like a tough situation. Yeah. Especially when it comes to like the allegations, like there's.
You got to be careful out here, man. Listen, you get cake like that, you get money like that, get you a girl or a wife and rock out.
Yeah.
All right, well, yo, man, listen. It is what it is, man. That's the price of fame.
It's always the price of fame. You got to pay that price.
No doubt.
Fame has a price.